My Bulls are the real freaking deal.
What does that mean, though? Before the season started, I said, ooh, God, I like what they reminded me of the Suns from last year. Off-season moves where the pieces fit it on paper so nicely. And now they're getting it done, right? But when you say the real deal, does that mean they could win a championship this year? What does that mean, Cap?
I think they can get to the finals, and then anything can happen. I'm not telling you they will, but I'm telling you they can. They just need to get healthy. Lonzo Ball getting closer to returning. Patrick Williams getting closer to returning. Alex Caruso closer to returning. Zach got a clean bill of health when he went out to L.A. and had his knee looked at before the All-Star game. So I'm just telling you guys, this team is really, really good. And if they get all these pieces back with, 12 games to go, that gives them enough time to ramp it up. And look out, Chicago is back on the NBA hierarchy list. And the people that do SportsCenter, last week, here are the teams to look at. Like 8 teams up there. Don't list the Bulls. By the way, they're the top seed in the East right now.
I had them 4th or 5th on my list on This Just In yesterday or the day before, Cap. So you know. Go ahead, Keith. Sorry.
You're a smart man, Mac.
I was going to say, so, they beat the Atlanta Hawks last night. Not a real measuring stick. I think you would agree with that. What do they need to do, though, outside of everything that you said, getting these players back to be legit contenders? There's a reason people are skeptical of putting them at the top of the leaderboard, even though they are there in the Eastern standards in the regular season.
What they need to do, besides getting healthy, Key, is continue to quiet down all the critics at the start of the year who called DeMar DeRozan the worst signing of the offseason. I mean, I love LeBron James. I'm a rarity in Chicago. I love LeBron James. He also was part of putting a team together that made 2 of the stupidest decisions and who they're going to bring in. Alex Caruso has said to the Chicago media, I wanted to go back to L.A. You guys didn't want him. DeMar DeRozan was going to go be a Laker. You guys didn't want him. So both dudes end up in Chicago, and they're really, really good players. And I think the critics and the know-it-alls that go on all the different shows that said, oh, that's Chicago, they're going to be in the play-in tournament. They're not good enough. I'm just telling you guys, this team, if healthy, can go to the finals, and then anything can happen.
Dave Kaplan, co-host of Cap and J Hood, weekdays at 7 to 10 a.m. Central Time on ESPN 1000 in Chicago, joining us this morning on Keyshawn, JWill, and Max. Cap, so can they compete, in all honesty, in a 7-game series with, call it the 2 big teams in the East for me, would be the Brooklyn Nets, 1, and you can pick and choose between Milwaukee and the Sixers as the other 2 big, whichever one of the 2 you would take and put there with the Nets. Can they compete with them, though, in a 7-game series?
If they get Patrick Williams back, they've now got Tristan Thompson. Lonzo Ball is an outstanding defender. And when you have guys like him and Caruso that can blitz the ball, that can really be good at the point of a screen where they're physical coming off it, yes, they absolutely can. Getting Tristan Thompson, I thought, was a really shrewd move because everyone here was watching the deadline yelling, come on, Arturas, let's move Kobe White and go get whoever. And he went, no, I'm good. I'm going to get somebody on the buyout market. I'm going to get my guys healthy. I want to see what this team could do. And then when they went shopping for a head coach, they shopped at the top shelf. They went where Key went. Yeah, no, I'm not getting any of that sales stuff. I want the stuff at the top shelf. Billy Donovan, how much? We're in. Done. And he took the job, and that guy's going to be coach of the year, and basketball is alive in Chicago. People are so excited. Ratings are up. Like, my wife doesn't like the NBA. She doesn't watch. She's watching every game with me. Last night, honey, are the Bulls playing tonight? Yes, they are, dear. We sat down on the couch, opened a bottle of wine, and watched all the way to the end. It was awesome.
David Kaplan, co-host Cap and J Hood on ESPN 1000. Cap, you mentioned the guys, like this. They've been doing this without Lonzo Ball, who's really what you're looking for in a point guard. And Patrick Williams, who I always thought, like, if he could wind up being the best player on the team, he might be the most talented, one day. This can be a real perennial championship contender. But even so, I look at all the pieces. You mentioned Caruso, Kobe White, even out of the draft. It's all these pieces where you go, that guy fits on any team, right? What team would Kobe White or Alex Caruso or Lonzo Ball not fit on? So all that said, you mentioned the guys coming back, Lonzo and Patrick Williams, and I agree. They're just additive. They're just going to make things better. But when will that happen for Patrick Williams? What's the latest on update on his comeback?
Well, he's running, jumping, throwing, doing all that. He has not been cleared for contact. I'm guessing you get all these guys back together with about 12 games to go. So you're going to miss probably another 10 games. And Patrick Williams, it was funny when they drafted him, everyone went, this guy wasn't even a starter at Florida State. He was 18 years old. He was going to start in the ACC tournament, and the pandemic hit. And then, boom, he's in the draft as an 18-year-old. He's 20 years of age. And I had Arturis on our show, and I loved Tyrese Halliburton. This is before they got Lonzo Ball. I wanted a point guard. I screamed at Gar and Pax, the old regime. You guys never get a point guard every year. You got no one to organize your offense, and they never did. And I loved Halliburton. And Arturis said, we loved Halliburton too. He had great interviews, great grades, great workout. But we saw at number 4, we're swinging for the fences. We think we can hit a grand slam. That kid's a really good player. Patrick Williams can be a grand slam home run. And telling you, defensively, what he adds to Chicago, this guy's a poor man's Kawhi Leonard.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.